BMW 633CSi. So you see we have a bunch of little rust spots here that we're gonna have to sand. Um, this car was originally a Miami car from all of the paperwork that we were able to see so far. So we're assuming that it ran up until about the 90s and just kind of sat, which is kind of sad for these type of cars. You don't have this kind of, the iconic look anymore. We have other BMWs because I do like the platform, but it is sad to kind of see these cars just let go, because at one point in time, this was a big, executive car. This was the car to have. So let's do a quick little walk around of the car. So all of the tires are completely shot. We traced back the actual tire to 1998, and so that's why we're assuming that it sat for at least 98, but it could have been sitting before then. The sunroof has significant rust on it, so I will have to cut out the entire sunroof. It smells horrible in here. Thank God YouTube doesn't have a smell, filter or anything like that, because it smells just horrible in here. The previous owner that I just bought it from had it sitting in his front yard, and the sunroof, as I said, is leaking, and he just let it leak straight into the car, and didn't even bother putting a tarp over it or anything. So I have the door open like that just to kind of let it air out a tiny bit. But what we're gonna do is pretty much rip the interior out and see how bad the rust is. There's rust all on the trunk here, but luckily the actual metal seems solid. So we'll see what we're working with after we grind it all the way down and see if there's anything possible for us. Tail lights are missing the covers, but he said that there are covers in the trunk. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to open up the trunk. So once I pull the interior out of the inside, that will be my time to go ahead and get inside the trunk and see what we're working with. So sorry, it's kind of tight in here. We had pushed it into the garage, and we wanted to basically have it in here so it doesn't rain inside of it. And here is the really big area of rust, as we see here. And if you look here, you can kind of see the light. That's the light from the headliner. So it rusted all the way through. Like I said, this car was neglected. But we did have some of the original paperwork, so I went through that, found the owner. I'm going to try to give him a call here, and a week or so, to see if I can get any more information about this car, and kind of have the history of the car. These cars are like opening up a book, because it's just so much history, and so much time and dedication we put into these cars. And in this era, this is the E24 era, and it has the M30 engine in it. So I won't pretend like I'm an expert on these engines. I don't know much about them. Yeah, this hood latch gets stuck a lot of times. So let's see if I can get it from the other side. You usually need two people to kind of finagle this hood and get it open, but here we go, got it open. And as we see, we have the M30 engine here. We're gonna need a wiring harness for sure. It's just kind of chewed up and nasty, and I mean, until you get this thing just a general wash and clean, you can't see what's going on in here. There's just so many leaves and just so many years of just neglect and all of that I have to get in here and figure it out. So that's the game plan at a high level. We'll see how it goes down in actual practice. But what I need to do is kind of organize the garage a little bit. I need to take away some of this stuff over here, kind of organize this. And I'm thinking about moving this cabinet, because this car is going to sit right here for a while, and I won't be able to open up these doors. Originally, I put this cabinet here because we weren't using this side of our garage, but now that we are, I think this may be an issue. So I'll see how much of the interior I can get out from the passenger side, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to remove this. So I will do a little time lapse right here for me to record me kind of just straightening up this side, moving some of this stuff over or whatever, and then we'll go from there. I will have a full garage video coming soon on me pretty much making over this whole garage. It's a 3-car garage, so it's a decent size, but we just haven't did anything to it. We don't have a shed currently, so we kind of have like garden tools and just a whole bunch of random stuff in here. But the idea is to have this whole area as a workshop for me to come and work on my cars, not just the 633, but we also have the 340 over there as well as the X5. So I will introduce those to the channel at a little bit later time, but for right now we'll focus straight on the 633. So sit back and relax and hope you enjoy the video. Here's another look at the interior. As we see, it's just absolutely thrashed. So I think I'm gonna just start with vacuuming it out first, just to see where that kind of takes us, and then I'll try to take these seats out and then vacuum a little bit more in there. So let's see. I think there's a lever here. Oh, that's not good. I think the top just hit the. This is the roof, and yeah, pieces just fell out. So we'll have to look at that later. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock this out. Yeah, as you see, this is just so brittle it falls away. Matter of fact, while I can see this, go ahead and vacuum some of this up. I think I made it. Cut this out. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's cut. All right, so we're back. I had to take a little bit of a break, just daddy duty and just general life things. So, and while we were gone, well, I was gone from the camera, I went on ahead and removed out the whole seat, and then kind of did a deep vacuum over here just to kind of clear out this area. But this whole carpet is wet. I was thinking maybe, well, I wasn't even thinking it. I mean, there's no salvaging this carpet really, and carpet is so cheap. I'm just gonna rip it out and get it a whole new one. So kind of let you guys see the inside of it up under the seat. The seat itself actually isn't in horrible condition compared to the rest of the car. So here's the seat right here. So as you see, it does have some rips, but this one had the seat cover on it the most. So it was pretty much protected from the elements. The only thing is this leather is just so old and brittle that if you do touch it, it just eventually spider webs and cracks. So it wouldn't have been too much longer before it looks just like the other seat, but still it's pretty cool to see that this is in good condition. So on the same subject of seats, before I even show you guys the inside of this, I was trying to keep these seats in good condition because I wanted to put the original seats back in there originally. But after looking at these seats a little bit more and thinking about the overall vision of this car, I just decided to remove the seats, the seat rails, and I'm probably going to go with some aftermarket seats in here, maybe some Recaros, some Brides, or, you know, what have you. They make seat rails for this car already because the E24 E24 version shared a lot of parts with a lot of cars, and this was the longest running generation of BMW ever. So this ran for 13 years from 1976 until 1989. So there's a lot of parts for this car that may not be specifically for this part, but I can finagle my way and make it work. So under here, as I said earlier, it is just absolutely caked, absolutely filled, and it's just overall nasty. So what I'm doing now is I'm going on ahead and removing this side trim. I got one more screw right there on the edge. After that, I should be able to kind of roll this carpet out a little bit. I still have to figure out a way to get the back seat, but in the meantime, I'm probably thinking about it now out loud. I'll probably just stop here and go to the other side and try to get that seat out and everything else. So when I do pull the carpet, I'm just doing the outside panels all at once and removing everything. So I did vacuum these seats because these seats were just literally thrashed. Like I said, the person who had this car, or the people who have this car besides like the first owner, just let this sit and kind of just go to the wayside. So trying to give it a new life. It does look rough, but you know, the end goal is to make this a new car and give it a second life that it otherwise never would have had. So let's get to the driver's side and see. This is what I was talking about on the driver's side earlier in my introduction video, that I just literally don't have the space to really open it. So I'm probably gonna open it here, try to prop it and see how much I can at least vacuum out first. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, try to vacuum out this spot. As you see, this seat is just literally mangled. There's no saving any of the cushions or any of the upholstery of this seat. You may be able to get it down to the metal and redo it, but after pricing what it would cost for upholstery to get it redone, all the foam and everything, you're looking at, you know, a few $1,000s to get OEM ones. So I think we're just gonna go with the Bride or Recaro seats inside of here. It would give it a nice look as well. And you know, I'm trying to do the whole interior black, so we'll see how I can get away with that. So let's get the vacuum. Let's vacuum out all of this crud up under here, and as well as in the seats. And yeah, we'll see if we can get the seat out tonight before it gets too late. So it seems like my issue that I had with the other seat rail won't be the same issue on this side. So on this other seat rail, what basically happened was the bolt seized up so much. It was just so much rust that they rounded off pretty much. It needed to be drilled out, so I opted for just cutting the bolts off. And I wasn't reusing the seat rail, so I just really wanted the seat out. I was gonna try to keep these seats just somewhat intact, but there's just so much rust in here that I don't even think they're really worth any money. So as I go to, just move this one back, the whole seat from this one just literally came off of the actual railing, and you can touch this metal here and just kind of bend it and everything. So this is all just corroded like crazy. So I'm probably just gonna end up ripping this out manually, because I don't have to worry about WD-40ing the rails or trying to finagle my way to get to the actual bolt, which is up under here. I don't know if you'll be able to see focus. No, you won't be able to see because it's kind of dark, but you know what a seat rail bolt is. It's just 4 bolts over here at the bottom of the seat. So I'm just gonna rip this up. I got the trash can in here, so I'll dump it straight into the trash and then rip out the actual frame of the seat afterwards.